Welcome back to Mega Psyche, where we dig deep into the human mind and expose the psychology behind behaviors most people never question. Today, we are talking about something that is going to make a lot of people uncomfortable. And if you stay till the end, I promise you'll never look at a sports fanatic or yourself the same way again. Right now, millions of people are losing their minds over a game, screaming at their TVs, painting their faces, crying real tears because 11 strangers lost a ball game. And then there's another group of people sitting quietly, completely unbothered, wondering why everyone around them has lost their minds. Here is a controversial truth that nobody wants to say out loud. Science actually suggests that the people who do not care about sports might have a psychological edge. And before the sports fans in the comment section come for me, hear me out, because this is not about who is better. This is about understanding how your brain is literally wired differently from people around you. Drop a 1 in the comments right now if you genuinely could not care less about sports. And drop a 2 if you are the person yelling at the TV every weekend. Let's see which side of the brain war we have going on here. Now let us start with the people who do care, because understanding them is where this gets fascinating. Humans are tribal creatures by design. For thousands of years, belonging to a group was not optional. It was survival. Your tribe protected you, fed you, kept you alive. Sports, at their core, are just modern tribes with better merchandise and worse decision-making. When a sports fan watches their team play, their brain releases oxytocin. That is the bonding hormone. The same chemical that makes a mother love her child. The same chemical that makes you feel deeply connected to the people you trust most in life. Their brain is not being stupid. Their brain is doing exactly what it was designed to do. It is treating those athletes like family, like tribe members worth dying for. That is not crazy. That is ancient biology wearing a team jersey. But here is where it gets psychologically wild. People who feel nothing when they watch sports often have what researchers call lower tribal instincts. Their sense of identity is not built around group belonging. They are more individualistic. They are more likely to feel complete on their own without needing to belong to something bigger than themselves. And a 2019 study actually confirmed this, finding that people with low sports interest showed significantly less aversive thinking. They simply do not need an enemy to feel like they belong. Now, let's talk about what is actually happening inside the brain of a hardcore sports fan during a game, because this part is genuinely alarming. You know that feeling right before you open a gift? That electric anticipation? That is dopamine firing in your brain. Sports fans experience that same chemical rush on almost every single play. Every moment of uncertainty keeps the dopamine flowing, and here's a key word: uncertainty. You do not know what is going to happen next, and that unpredictability is what makes it so incredibly addictive. fMRI brain scans, which literally show your brain lighting up in real time, have confirmed that watching your team activates the exact same reward centers as gambling. The psychological mechanism is almost identical to what makes slot machines so dangerously effective. It is called intermittent reinforcement, and psychology considers it the most addictive reward pattern known to mankind. Think about that for a second. Your friend who cannot miss a single game is not weak-willed. Their brain has been hooked by one of the most powerful psychological triggers in existence. And if you are someone who feels nothing during a game, research from the University of Chicago suggests that variations in dopamine receptor genes can actually predict how much a person cares about competitive spectator activities. Your indifference to whether your local team wins or loses tonight might literally be written into your DNA. You were never going to care. Your brain was never built to care about that particular thing. Now here is something that is going to blow your mind and probably start a debate in the comments. Sports fans actually score higher on certain empathy measures. They spend hours every week deeply invested in the struggles, the pain, and the triumphs of complete strangers. That is empathy in action. But here is the twist. People who do not follow sports are not less empathetic. They are differently empathetic. Their emotional energy flows into other places, deeper personal relationships, social causes, creative work, intellectual challenges. A 2021 study found that people with low sports interest scored significantly higher in openness to experience and appreciation for art and beauty. Their brains are chasing the same thing, meaning, connection, and transcendence. They are just finding it in a completely different arena. And here is something nobody in the psychology space likes to talk about. For some people, not caring about sports is actually a defense mechanism built from years of feeling excluded. Maybe they were bullied in gym class. Maybe they felt pushed out of sports culture growing up. Maybe they subconsciously rejected the aggressive competitiveness that often surrounds it. Your indifference might not be indifference at all. It might be a quiet form of self-protection that your brain developed without you even realizing it. Pause right here and think about that honestly. Could that be you? And if you're finding this kind of psychological insight genuinely fascinating, make sure you are subscribed to Mega Psyche, because we go this deep every single week into the behaviors that shape who you are. Now let's get to the part that explains why sports fans and non-sports fans almost never understand each other, and why that gap feels almost impossible to bridge. It comes down to how each group experiences meaning. Sports fans find meaning in narrative, the underdog story, the dramatic comeback, the heated rivalry, the dynasty. It is real-life drama with genuine emotional stakes, and it is completely unpredictable. That unpredictability is the magic. But people who do not care about sports look at that same situation and think, why would I pour emotional energy into an outcome I cannot control, performed by people who do not know I exist, in a game that has zero impact on my actual life? And they're not wrong. But neither are the sports fans. These are simply two different psychological strategies for meeting the same deeply human need, which is a need for story, for meaning, and for something worth caring about. Psychologists who study optimal experience, what they call flow states, have confirmed that complete emotional absorption can be triggered by almost anything. For some people, it is a championship game. For others, it is a novel, a piece of music, a creative project, a problem worth solving. The brain does not care about the source. It just wants to feel fully alive. And here is the final insight that I want you to sit with, because this one quietly changes everything. People who do not obsess over sports often report feeling more present in their own lives. They are not spending 3 hours every Sunday watching someone else fight for something. They are fighting for something of their own. They are the main character of their own story, not a spectator in someone else's. There is something quietly radical about that way of living. So here's the truth that Mega Psyche wants you to walk away with today. If you do not care about sports, you are not broken. You are not boring. You are not missing some fundamental human experience. Your brain's reward system, your tribal instincts, your empathy, they are all calibrated differently. And that is not a flaw. That is just a different design. And the next time someone looks at you sideways for not watching the game, remember this. You are not disengaged from life. You might just be more engaged in your own. Now here's a question I want you to answer honestly in the comment section below. Do you think people who do not follow sports are genuinely missing out on something meaningful? Or do you think sports culture is actually an overrated psychological trap? Leave your honest answer below, because I want to see this debate happen. And if this video made you think differently about your own psychology, share it with someone who needs to hear it. The algorithm rewards the brave ones who hit that subscribe button before everyone else discovers this channel. We will see you in the next one on Mega Psyche, where understanding your mind is always the most dangerous and powerful thing you can do.